Seattle beat up on the Houston Texans. However, they kind of got lucky. However, Richard Sherman said after the game to Ed Werder, because Matt Schaub threw a horrible pass that he shouldn't have thrown.
Yeah, no, that's why Matt Schaub's on my jerk of the week list. It was inconceivable that you throw that pass.
And Richard Sherman said that they studied that very play. They knew that play was coming.
I liked Gary Kubiak for calling a pass and where a first down can nearly win you the game there. But you got to know that your quarterback, if you don't have it, you got to eat it. You got to take the sack. The ball, and they had to get a touchdown to go the length of the field. But the Seahawks.
Hold on, Matt Schaub. He is a seasoned veteran who's been around for a long time. He's not a rookie. That pass is inexcusable. I don't throw that pass when we play pickup football. That is ridiculous. I mean, I couldn't believe he threw that.
I couldn't either.
And it's going to get picked. These are professional NFL players, and Richard Sherman's actually pretty good.
He's very good. Yeah.
That was an unbelievable play.
That was a terrible play, but a great defense that put pressure on it and has a ball-hawking defense. And as Richard Sherman was going down the sideline, my buddy Chris Myers,
he had one shoe
at Fox News, from Fox Sports, as he's going down the sideline, he's like, Sherman down the sideline, he's got followers, and not just on Twitter. It's a great call.
So they were down 20-6 in the fourth quarter.
They were down 20-3 late in the third.
Late in the third, 20-6 in the fourth. A great comeback. However, it was certainly aided by Matt Schaub.
Yeah, but I mean, it was aided by them also totally shutting. Yes, that was a foolish pass, but the fact is, what he should have done is taken the sack. And then the Seahawks would have had the rest of the game to try to drive the field and tie the game. I wouldn't put it past them.
Here's the team you shouldn't count out in any game under any circumstance, the Seahawks, because they can score on offense, but they could also score on defense, and they could also score on special teams. So anytime you're playing football, they have a decent chance of scoring. And they're a swarming team, and they never give up. They're high energy. They're very smart. And it's a testament to not judging a person by just one set of circumstances, right? Because Pete Carroll was terrible in the NFL before, right?
He was average.
Okay.
He was average.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough.
I thought he was pretty good.
Like with the Jets, I thought he was terrible, but at best average, right? But it turns out when you look at the totality of his career, he's a fantastic coach. And there's still times where I get frustrated. Why not have Reggie Bush in the most important play? Going back to that NCAA, of course, championship game. But look, they're a smart team, man.
Yes.
And the whole NFL should be scared of the Seahawks.
Well,
I think they're clearly. Look, I think San Francisco's going to win the Super Bowl. But I think right now the Seahawks are clearly the favorite to win.
Steve?
They're not going to win. I think it's going to be Denver, Seattle. but look, here's the thing, Cenk. I'm glad
I'm going to get a second mortgage if it's the Seahawks versus Denver in the Super Bowl.
I'm glad you're saying that you have to look at the totality of the circumstances because I think Ben and I are much more prone to look at luck and other factors that come into play, whereas you like to do snap judgment. Winner, loser. This guy's
not
a
a
loser.
snap judgment. No, it's a judgment on the. Look, I didn't make a judgment on Norv Turner in his second season as offensive coordinator of the Cowboys. I made a judgment after he was proven to be a miserable failure throughout his entire life.
And I don't mean
that was easy picking, by the way.
It's the media in general, and I guess we all do to a certain extent. But like Pete Carroll. He was deemed a loser at some point, and it wasn't. I mean, he was very mediocre in the NFL, but it's easier to call him a loser. You can't
32-32.
Yeah, I mean, he was that's exactly right. Yeah. So instead of calling, you can't call him a winner. So you're like, what? Then he must be a loser. Boom, stamp him a loser, and then people ran with that for many years, and then he was great at USC, and they're like, he's a winner in college, but he's a loser in the NFL. Well, now he's a winner in the NFL too. So.
Cenk, your rebuttal.
No, I don't have a rebuttal. Okay. I'm right. Look, like Phillip Rivers is the perfect example. Everybody called him a loser just because he was on the Chargers and with Norv Turner. And I said, he's not. Calm down. I see that this guy did really well under many difficult circumstances. And the most difficult is getting coached by Norv Turner. Give the guy a chance when, Turner is gone. So there's a lot of circumstances where somebody loses, but doesn't mean they're a loser.
Last thing on this, Colin Cowherd made this one point today. It goes to show you the difference between the Seahawks and the Texans. The Texans have a they have a good quarterback, you could say, shaky good quarterback, and a shaky good coach, compared to the Seahawks, who have a really good quarterback and a really good coach. So is that pretty much what the NFL is? You got to have a pretty good coach a good coach, not even pretty good, a very good coach, and a very good quarterback to win.
Look, of course you need a good quarterback, but I think...
Is that what the league has turned into?
Nah. I mean, you always needed a good quarterback. You still need a good quarterback. There's rare exceptions when you can win without a quarterback, the Bucks, the Ravens, but...
the greatest defense ever for the Ravens.
Right. And the Bucks. The Bucks defense was phenomenal the year they were.
Right, and they scored,
right.
They scored 3 touchdowns in the Super Bowl, right?
Right. Not just phenomenal, but like historic, right?
Name the quarterback who won the Super Bowl for the Bucks that year. Go ahead.
Brad Jones.
I know you know.
You looked right at me. You didn't go quiet.
No, I asked these guys, and then I looked at you.
All right, go ahead, ask them that.
Okay. Anyway.
Josh Freeman.
But in all truth, like as you started the conversation, I was like, Rich Gannon was their quarterback? Like I was like, no, wait, he was the Raiders quarterback, so I struggled there.
But the bottom line is coaching is at least 80% of the ballgame.
At least 80%?
80%.
It's a high number.
Yeah, if you have a bad coach, you could have all the talent in the world. You're not going to win. You're not going to win. And just an okay coach doesn't cut it. You need a great coach.
No, that's not true. Barry Switzer won with the...
But that was a remnant. Yeah. You know, my...
No, but you said all the talent in the world.
Okay, no. But that wasn't just the talent. It was what Jimmy Johnson had taught them, okay? That's why they won with Switzer. It's because it was Jimmy Johnson's remnant, as Norv Turner as a remnant that we're working through in this season.
Successful college coach. So I sort of think that there's probably something in between there. I always think with Switzer, like maybe he was into it that year too. Maybe he was incredibly focused, and then I don't know.